I just woke up, clearly, but I had the strangest dream last night, and I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what it means. I'm not gonna say all of the dream because it was kind of like it's just a lot. But Barry Gordy was there. Barry Gordy was there, and like he was passing out these eggs, these blue eggs, and they were real eggs. They were hard boiled eggs. It was like spring. It was like Easter around that time. It was like the spring equinox or something, and it was just really weird. I was on this like compound, and like the only way off was through like a canoe, and like my family was there, but it was just really weird. And I know why Barry Gordy was in this dream, because right before I went to sleep, I was looking at a TikTok of him talking about his wife, um, him and their marital relationship, and then I was watching the Winx Club before that, and they had these magical eggs that all the boys were giving the girls. I'm pretty sure like that's where those two things came in, but I'm still not entirely sure of the correlation. And the egg was blue. It was a blue egg, dyed. It was dyed blue. Um, but aside of my very weird fucking dream, I really am starting to think life, like living, is a humiliation ritual, like in itself. Like I feel like ignored. I do. I feel ignored, and not ignored by everybody. I mean, people clearly fuck with me, like the thanks love, but people who I feel like should be fucking with me, they do not be fucking with me, and it really confuses me because are you dumb? Are you dumb? And it's like certain people won't give me the time of day, but they'll give Tom, Dick, and Harry the time of day, and it's like, is this a humiliation ritual? Like it really feels like a humiliation ritual, and I really feel like a lot of the most talented people get pushed to the side, and it really is back. It's the most backwards shit ever. It makes no sense. Like, look at Outkast. Do you know how isolated and alone you had to feel to name your group Outkast? Like, to really name it and stay with it and stick with it, you know. And at the time, a lot of people wasn't fucking with Outkast. I mean, of course, it's all when people say that though, people act dense. Like, of course they had fans, and of course they had a reputation, but it's like a ceiling, and it's like it's no reason for it to be a ceiling because this is the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're goated. He's a GOAT. So it's like, why is there this false ceiling that you just won't let me get through when I'm goated? You know what I'm saying? When I'm meant to go past the ceiling, you trying to stop me from going. I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Um, like I could really sit and name a bunch of artists who are like goated and amazing, who had ceilings and limitations placed on them for no reason other than the fact that they're so great. Literally, other than the fact that they are so good at what they do. And I don't know if people feel cheated or people feel like it's not fair, but it's like some shit is from God. Like some shit could be developed. Like, understand that you can learn how to do certain shit. You can learn how to do anything, actually. Like, on this earth, that's what this earth is about. It's about learning. So you can learn how to do anything on this planet, anything possible with your hands, your mouth, your voice, your eyes. You can learn skills, but there is God-given talent. And I feel like sometimes people be upset at individuals who have God given talent because they had to work for it, or they had to learn, and they had to study, and they had to pay. And it's like, what the fuck that got to do with the God given talent, motherfucker? Like, that has absolutely nothing to do with him or her. Like, if you had to spend 5 years in school learning how to sing and go through all these programs and get all these coaches, that's fine. That's okay. But you cannot be mad at somebody who was born knowing how to sing, maybe better than you. Maybe that's. I think the thing is, too, though, is that so many people want to do things that they're not supposed to be doing on earth. because it looks cool and it looks fun and it looks, you know, they understand the social perception of it and what comes with it. So a lot of people want to be famous just to be famous. A lot of people don't have no real reason as to why they want to be famous. Like, ask them, well, why do you want to be famous? Well, I just want to be like a socialite, and I just want to take pictures, and I just want to like dress up, and I just want to like be cool. You could do all of those things without fame. You can dress up, you can take pictures, you can have nice clothes, you could be cool. You could be a socialite without being famous. Who do you think makes up the community of socialites? Because you don't know all of their faces. You them special clubs that, you know, everyone's trying to get into, and they only let the high status people come in. You don't know all those people's faces. So how come they in the club and you not? How come they a socialite and you not? How come? So fame, like, you can have the things you want without necessarily having to go a certain route. But people are so small-minded, they think they have to go this route to get this. You know what I'm saying? When you could maybe take a shortcut and get there faster. But it's like, people want to be famous because it looks cool and because it's promoted to us. It's promoted to us. But because it looks cool, you actually don't need to be, like, we don't care. Like, nobody wants to see you. You have nothing to offer. I think that's the biggest one. You have nothing to offer. Famous for what? But a lot of people today are famous for nothing. A lot of people today have no intrinsic value, which is also why drama is their number one selling point, because they don't have any intrinsic value. I'm not going to go back and forth and be dramatic and yell into my business and get into it with people, because I have value outside of myself. Me, the person, is actually very, very, very boring. Like, I don't do anything different than anybody else. I get up, I eat, I work out, I clean. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I make videos and I edit them. Sometimes I make music. But outside of that, it's a pretty normal, mundane life. It's nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? But me as a person, no, I don't have any value. My God-given talent, that is my value. But you have to find your talent first, and then you start to learn how to work it. You know what I'm saying? Some people, they spend their time trying to be famous instead of doing the work that will get them the ultimate fame. Like, if I'm not saying you can't want to be famous. If you want to be famous, go ahead. I don't know why the hell you would want to be. I really don't know why you would want to be. But if you want to be famous, okay. But you can get the fame and notoriety through doing the actual work. And if you would take your focus off of, I want to be famous, and actually do the work, then all of that other shit will come. But back to my original point, so many people want to do things that they might not necessarily have been called to do. Maybe your God-given talent was working with children. Maybe you are phenomenal with children. Maybe children respect you at a higher level. Maybe you understand children. Maybe, like, that is really what you're here to do. But instead you're chasing fame because it looks cool. And then, you know, a lot of times we get what we chasing and it's not even what we want. And we're not even fulfilled. And you end up still going back and just teaching kids later in your life, you know. After the drugs and the sex and the fame and the partying, you just still end up, you know. So it's like, even me myself, like, I've been chasing so many different things my whole life, and I'm just now starting to understand what I'm supposed to be doing in this lifetime. I'm supposed to be doing a couple of things, but the most important thing I'm supposed to be doing is very selfless work. It's not selfless in the sense that I'm just giving my last and I'm just, you know, I'm out here down bad, but it's selfless in the fact that I have to release myself from myself. I don't own myself. I don't own myself. Who I am, it's not me. I don't own her. You know what I'm saying? Dejanay, I don't own her. Well, no, I'm going to keep it like that, because if I get too deep, it's not going to make sense. But I saw this Dave Chappelle clip from one of his comedy specials recently that really like touched me. But the last thing he said, he was talking about dreams, and he was like, I'm living my dream. I used to come here, I was broke, and I'm here, I'm doing this. Everyone knows me, everyone loves me, I'm living my dream. And he said, but every time I come back here, I realize, he said, every time I come back here and I stand in front of y'all, I realize that it's not my dream, it's yours. And that shit, I want to cry right now. Stop, I want to cry right now. Because this is not like, it's not my dream. It's yours. It's your dream, I'm doing this for y'all. That sounds crazy, but that's what I'm here for. And some people are here for others, and that's a really big responsibility. Because to be here for yourself, you just got to look out for self. You could do shady shit because you're looking out for self. You can put yourself first in every way because you're looking out for self. You can do all types of shit and not really care about the consequences. Maybe not even face your consequences because you're looking out for self. You're moving in an energy where it's about you and it's just for self, and it's almost animalistic in a sense, because that's what animals do to survive. Like, you look at lions and tigers in the wilderness, they sometimes they have covens and shit, and I forgot the name for it, but sometimes they like have a pack. But even in their packs, if it's between you and them, they're gonna choose them every time. I remember I was watching a nature documentary about lions, and there was a pack of lions, and one of the lions who used to get all the food, one of the head bitches, used to hunt like crazy, ended up getting hurt, and the pack left her and was like, bitch, we gotta go. If you can't come, we got to go. Even though she was one of the top dogs in the pack, they was like, nah, we gotta go. And she was so cold that even on her own, she ended up healing and coming back to the pack and like finding them and all that shit. She was fighting on her own. This was like a pack of like 3 or 4, maybe 5 grown lions, and she was fighting on her own after they left her to survive because she was hurt. So she was low key like vulnerable, and that's crazy. In her vulnerable state, they still left her. So she was having to fight off attacks twice as hard because she was vulnerable. But my point is, that's kind of what I'm talking about. When you just looking out for yourself, you'll leave your brother and your sister vulnerable because you got to look out for yourself. But when you here for others, you can't do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And that doesn't mean I'm going to sit there and lay out and bleed out for you. But niggas was walking with Jesus. Jesus wasn't by himself, and he never abandoned who chose to follow him. He made sure they was fed. He made sure they had water. He made sure they had what they needed. He made sure they was safe. And I'm being theoretical right now, so don't take it so, but to the Dave Chappelle shit, it's like, this is not my dream, this is y'all's dream. It's not my dream. And it's so funny, like, one of my songs, I say, living in a dream, her life was never really hers. Woke up and decided it was time to let it burn. And yeah, that's how I feel. I do feel like some of this shit is a humiliation ritual still, but I may feel that way because I'm still in my own way chasing things I don't need, under the illusion that it's something I want because it's my dream, even though I know what I'm here to do. And I'm not here for the shenanigans, man. I'm really growing up. I've been taking like accountability, because I realize who I'm supposed to be. And I realize who I'm supposed to be is somebody who leads by example. So I can get up here and talk shit and, you know what I'm saying, be funny and be ignorant all I want. But eventually I have to grow up. And I have to do what I have to do. And be the person I came here to be. So that I can help the people I need to help. And return back home where I'm comfortable. In my bed with my feet kicked up and my guitar in my hand.